What if I told you the biggest retirement headline in America is only telling you half the story? The U.S. savings rate just crashed to 2.6%. But does that really mean Americans are falling behind? Or is there something the headlines aren't telling you? Let's find out. Why the 2.6% savings rate is misleading. Why this matters. Have you noticed the headlines lately? Americans aren't saving. The U.S. savings rate has collapsed. Families are running out of money. Those headlines sound frightening, and technically they are based on real data. The U.S. personal savings rate recently fell to 2.6%, one of the lowest levels seen in decades. At first glance, that number makes it seem like Americans have almost stopped preparing for their future. But here's what nobody explains. The 2.6% savings rate does not measure retirement investing. That's the biggest misunderstanding. The government's personal savings rate only measures cash left over after taxes and everyday spending. It includes money sitting in checking accounts, savings accounts, money market accounts, other liquid cash reserves. It does not include money automatically invested through a 401k. It does not include an IRA contribution. It does not include your employer's retirement match. That means millions of Americans can have a very low cash savings rate while still investing thousands of dollars every year toward retirement. Those are two completely different financial measurements. Think about a typical American worker. Imagine someone earns $90,000 a year. They contribute 9% to their 401k. Their employer adds another 4% match. Together, that's 13% of their salary going directly into retirement investments before it ever reaches their bank account. Meanwhile, rising prices are making everyday life more expensive. Groceries, insurance, utilities, housing, healthcare. Because of those higher living costs, they may only have a small amount of cash left at the end of each month. That's what pushes the official savings rate lower. It doesn't automatically mean they're failing to build wealth. It means their cash cushion is getting smaller. And that's an important difference. A shrinking emergency fund creates real risks. Unexpected car repairs, medical bills, job loss, home maintenance. Without enough liquid savings, many families are forced to rely on expensive credit cards or personal loans. That's where the real concern begins. The biggest problem isn't necessarily that Americans stopped investing. The biggest problem is that many households have less financial breathing room than they used to. This is why understanding the difference matters. One number tells you about today's financial safety. The other tells you about tomorrow's financial future. Confusing the two creates unnecessary fear. Yes, inflation has made life harder. Yes, household budgets are tighter. But a lower cash savings rate is not the same as giving up on retirement. That's the distinction every American should understand before making financial decisions. Main takeaway: cash savings protect today's emergencies. Retirement investing builds tomorrow's wealth. They work together, but they measure two very different parts of your financial life. Now that we understand the real problem, the next question is simple. What should you actually do if your cash savings are shrinking? The answer surprises many people. Don't panic. Don't stop investing. Build your cash buffer step by step. Many Americans make one costly mistake when money gets tight. They reduce or completely stop their 401k contributions. It feels logical. Less money going into retirement means more money available today. But over time, this can become one of the most expensive financial decisions you ever make. Why? Because you aren't just losing your own contribution. If your employer offers a 401k match, you could also lose free retirement money. Imagine your employer matches up to 4% of your salary. If you stop contributing enough to qualify, you're effectively turning down part of your compensation. That's money you earned but never received. Instead, keep your retirement contribution at least high enough to receive the full employer match. Protect your future while solving today's problem another way. The next step is to separate your finances into two different goals. Goal number one, long-term wealth.
This includes 401k, IRA, other retirement investments. This money is designed for your future. Avoid touching it unless it's an absolute emergency. Goal number 2, emergency cash. This is your financial shock absorber. It pays for life's unexpected expenses without forcing you into high-interest debt. A good first milestone isn't 6 months of expenses. For many families, that feels impossible. Instead, aim for your first $1,000, then work toward 1 month of essential expenses. After that, gradually build toward 3 to 6 months over time. Small wins build momentum. Another smart strategy is to increase savings automatically. Suppose you receive a raise this year. Instead of spending every extra dollar, automatically send part of that raise into your savings account. Even $25 to $50 per paycheck adds up faster than most people realize. The key is consistency. Small automatic habits usually outperform big temporary efforts. Now let's talk about debt. If you're carrying credit card balances with interest rates above 20%, every month becomes more expensive. High-interest debt quietly steals future wealth. Whenever possible, pay more than the minimum payment. Even small extra payments reduce total interest over time. Finally, don't judge your financial progress by headlines. Judge it by your own numbers. Ask yourself, am I still investing for retirement? Am I rebuilding my emergency fund? Am I reducing expensive debt? Am I making better financial decisions than I was a year ago? If the answer is yes, you're moving in the right direction, even if the news says otherwise. Remember this, financial progress rarely happens all at once. It happens through hundreds of small decisions repeated over many years. That's how real wealth is built. Let's finish with one important truth. The headlines are not your financial report card. They describe what's happening across the country. They do not determine your future. Yes, America's 2.6% personal savings rate is a warning sign. It tells us many households are dealing with higher prices, tighter budgets, and smaller emergency funds. That's real. But it does not automatically mean Americans have stopped building wealth. In fact, millions of workers continue investing every paycheck through their 401k plans. That long-term habit is one of the biggest reasons many families will still build substantial retirement wealth over time. So instead of focusing on scary headlines, focus on the numbers you can actually control. Today's action plan. Step 1. Check your 401k. Make sure you're contributing enough to receive your employer's full match. Never leave free retirement money behind. Step 2. Know your emergency fund balance. Ask yourself one simple question. If I lost my job tomorrow, how many months could I cover my essential bills? If the answer is less than 1 month, make rebuilding your cash reserve your next priority. Step 3. Automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer every payday. Even $25 or $50 every 2 weeks creates momentum. You don't need to save perfectly. You need to save consistently. Step 4. Avoid high-interest debt whenever possible. Credit cards can be useful only if the balance is paid in full every month. Otherwise, interest charges can erase years of financial progress. Step 5. Measure progress against yourself, not other people. Don't compare your finances to someone on social media. Don't compare yourself to a millionaire. Compare yourself to who you were 1 year ago. Ask, is my retirement account growing? Is my emergency fund improving? Am I making smarter financial decisions than before? If the answer is yes, you're winning. The biggest lesson. Cash savings and retirement investing have different jobs. Your emergency fund protects today's life. Your retirement investments build tomorrow's freedom. You need both. If inflation has slowed your cash savings, don't lose hope. Rebuild it gradually. Stay consistent. And most importantly, never let short-term fear destroy long-term wealth. That's how successful investors think. They don't chase headlines, they follow a plan. Because over time, discipline beats emotion, and consistency beats perfection. Remember this one sentence: the news reports the economy. Your habits build your future. If you keep investing, rebuild your emergency fund one step at a time, and avoid unnecessary debt, you'll likely be in a much stronger financial position years from now than today's headlines would ever suggest.
If you want to change your financial future, subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment below with your next goal.